you feeling about today's competition?
It was honestly a lot more steep than last time, I gotta say. Like I made finals the first two Aegis draft seasons, but I think the competition got like a lot better in terms of like knowing like when to reset, when to get better decks. But also too, I think the level of play has gotten a lot higher too. I think that's something that's beautiful about like games like in like a sunset setting, where like sometimes people think like, oh, because like there's like not much like growth because of like new cards and sets or whatever, like the games can get much easier. That's when you get like the real like freaky grinders. They're like, oh yeah, actually I'm gonna like become the best in this like wasteland. But it's honestly beautiful to see. I enjoy seeing the level of competition still be strong even after all these years of hibernation.
For sure. So let us kick it over to the bracket and let us see what we got going on today. Take us through this bracket.
Yeah, so we got Y Rebellion versus Draft Mode Hater, which obviously we all know as a what's his face? We know it's Never Walk Alone. Shouts Never Walk Alone, being the Draft Mode Hater, but still consistently making top 8s. I think Never Walk Alone has made top 8 each time, I think, right? If not, like maybe only missed like once.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's been there every time.
Yeah. Shouts Never Walk Alone there in that regard. Then we got Vlad versus Wad. Then we have the match we're about to watch for first round, Ace versus Embrooks. It's going to be a real good one to see. This was the finals of the last Aegis big tournament, so it's going to be nice to see who gets here. If I recall correctly, I think Ace is already qualified for Worlds, but also on the other side of that matchup, Embrooks has the highest amount of Worlds points for the people who aren't already qualified. If Embrooks can go far, this would be pretty good for Embrooks. Gally and Sebastian Raptor also in the round 1 match. I actually faced off against Sebastian Raptor earlier, and they whooped me, unfortunately. So we'll see how that goes later. But in the meantime, yeah, this is looking like to be like a stacked bracket like always. You know, if anyone here is in top 8 of any Aegis tournament, they definitely deserve it.
Absolutely. And let's kick it over into the decks right now. Let's start off with Mr. Ace. Nar Rumble is what he drafted. Let's take a second to look through this deck real quick. What are we cooking here?
I think I think some of the strongest things you can get in draft are like finding key landmarks, and I think this Nar Rumble deck has definitely found Wingsgiving, which is definitely one of the better ones for sure. And you also have like a pretty solid like cards like staples like outside of that too. Like sometimes like when you like try and find these power cards, you're like, okay, hopefully like I don't draft too many dead cards, and if I do draft dead cards, I don't draw into them. But Ace really found like a very like formidable deck over here. Like lots of wonderful cards like hold over until you find Wingsgiving. You also have like a strong champion pairing too. And even the dead cards, like quote unquote dead cards, aren't like the worst things. Like Event Horizon can like keep you alive against like wide boards. Succumb to the cold is like, you know, just like a slightly expensive frostbite, but not the worst thing. And then you also have like some like big heavy hitters at the top, like It That Stares.
Yeah, I do want to point out Ace is one of the biggest haters of darkness, and for him to run Event Horizon, I feel so ashamed of him right now.
That's fair. That was me when I like played a draft, or I drafted like a Jax deck, and I like realized like too late what my folly was. I had 0 Jax Mastery going into that tournament. So not only did I not win that tournament, I also have Jax Mastery now too. So like I double lost.
And moving on to the second deck of Ace, we have Tariq Garen with Star-Stripped Peak or Star-Tip Peak and the Smoke Scaled Host.
Honestly, Smoke Scaled Host is like something I like completely like forgot about existing. Like I remember like if you told me to like guess what this card did off the top of my head, I would like understand like, okay, I know you have to like discard it for like the first chapter or something like that, but you gotta discard for the first 2 chapters to do a big Voke, and then the last chapter is like a cost reduction, so it's like, oh, okay. But outside of like that one dead card in the list, you definitely have like standard like just mid-rangey like big dumb idiots hitting the board and like beating the opponent down. But you also have like some pretty good like cards to answer and interact, which I think is something that is like very underappreciated and undervalued within the draft environment. You have stuff like Search Warrant, which could like permanently seal away something in the right circumstance. You have Black Shield to like get a good wide attack going along. And you also have Solari Sunforger if you like you run into someone trying to like out aggro you. So I think this is another like strong list from Ace here.
I just do love the fact that we're running one of Egghead Researcher. None of the evoke cards are dragons, right? Actually, no, they are dragons. Wait, all the big ones are dragons, right?
The Scourge isn't a dragon, and the Mortal Fire, if I recall correctly, isn't a dragon either. But the Great Beyond is, though.
Oh, so Egghead does actually discount Great Beyond. That's actually crazy.
No, Egghead Researcher isn't a discounter. It's what's his face? Create a random dragon.
Oh. Dude,
you're thinking of the other guy.
It's been so long since I've even seen Egghead Researcher.
Real Egghead fans know the truth.
True.
They're like,
true.
Wait a second, what are you saying? Talking about invokes with Egghead Researcher.
I'm getting out of here. And moving on to the third and final deck, we have Aatrox Kane. This is literally a staple Aatrox Kane.
That seems like a really weak deck. Like, I'm surprised Ace was able to get to top 8 with this weak looking deck. Like, you have like look at all these like different region colors here. Like, what was Ace thinking? No, but all jokes aside, this is definitely the most real deck you'll ever find in the tournament. Like, there's like a lot of like strong cards in the other Ace lists, but like this is looking to be like the deck that just never gets played. And honestly speaking, like if you like go into this tournament drafting like the best deck possible, you kind of like have that advantage knowing like, oh, well, I know I'm never gonna play because like it's just so strong. But on the off chance we do get to see it play, we can talk about like there's like a very healthy spread of like all the darkened weapons, like 2 of each, so you're consistently gonna get Aatrox. Then you have like a lot of cultists to get the king consistently too. I think something that like people often overestimate about Canetrox in like a draft format like this is you get like a lot of dead cards sometimes. Like, oh, like here's like the Disastrous Ruin, which like is going to like catch people off guard because it's like more expensive ruination. But there's like not that many dead cards, if any. They're like the only one I could say is like quote unquote dead is like Noxian Defector, but in draft, just getting stats on the board is like more than enough usually.
Yeah. And moving on to the other side of the matchup, we're going over to Embrooks now with Ash Braum with Orin's Forge.
Yeah. Honestly, Orin's Forge, you downplay it, but I think in draft, honestly, one of my favorite cards to get in draft. This is just a 1/1 printing machine. But yeah, all jokes aside though, we do have some really good Freljord cards that you would like expect and hope to get from the draft format, like Yadulski Snow Dog, Grr, that dog that I hate. Big Terror coming in 2-drop slot. You got Vulpine Wanderer, which can like make Ash into like a real threat, or like Braum into an annoying like board clearing threat as well. You got Forsaken Bakai, and I think the saddest thing is actually no, I was gonna say there's like no equipment for the Rot Colossus at the top end, but you do have Combat Cook, so you have like a lot of like the stocky, like really good Freljord cards like you'd expect to have in a Freljord based deck. We also have like some like oddities that like can do good in like the limited draft environment. Like Rhyme Tusk Shaman can like really shut down certain decks if like not properly answered. So you love to see that if you're an Embrooks fan, which I definitely am going into the set.
Moving on to the second
next deck,
deck,
we got the other real most looking deck in the format. We got Jorn
with Orin's Forge.
Yeah, with Orin's Forge. Honestly, it would have been very funny if Orin just did not have his Forge in his own deck. But yeah, you do have this as the other real deck for Embrooks' side. Although compared to the Canetrox deck that we saw from Ace, I will say this deck has a lot more like quote unquote dead cards, or cards that you like would not want to like draw into. You do have some interesting ones like Captain Indari, because she is technically a weapon master, so that's how she's able to show up in this list. But you also have like some like, you know, like Hiyara All-Seers, which can be like good for an Ornn who's leveled to give him Overwhelm. But usually you'd want to just do it naturally through the equipment you're going to be getting. Yeah, I don't know, just another real deck to see. Just not as strong as the Canetrox that we saw.
Moving on to the third and final deck of Embrooks, we have Sat Nasus.
Honestly, I think this like this cements Embrooks as the GOAT for me, because how do you get Nasus into top 8 of all things here? Like, this is like, I'm not even like trying to be like, oh, okay. Like, I'm like looking at this list. You just like look at the top end and you're like, how do you get this far? You have Singular Will as your board clear. You have the Empyrean as your big elusive attacker and blocker. I guess maybe like somehow Embrooks like managed to be like the board control king, clearing out lots of things, and had like a big Nasus with Dragon's Rage as the ultimate combo. It's like an atrocity, but you have to be more fair.
Oh man. Moving on to the matchup screen where you can see all 6 decks all at once. What are we thinking for bans?
Well, for the ban that Ace is going to receive, I don't know if it's going to be Canetrox actually. No, it's probably going to be Canetrox. But I think out of all these decks, I would say Jordan's most likely to get banned, because one, it's the most real looking deck on paper. And like, even though it's like not as strong as the traditional Jordan is, like it still is just Jordan. Like, if you just get like Jax on 2 and like get all like the nice cards, like you're pretty happy. So it's probably gonna be a Jordan ban if I were to take a healthy guess.
Oh man. Oh man, he is cooking. He is cooking.
Okay. Ooh, look at that. The Unk still got it with the ban predictions.
I don't even know where to even start on here with both sides.
When I draft, I just go left to right. So like whatever deck I have queued like left most, I'm like, let me just get this deck a win. Like if it doesn't win, it doesn't deserve to be here.
I don't know, man. I think for Ace, he's probably gonna want to start off with the Gnar Rumble deck. It seems the most like sturdier of the decks.
Yeah. I will say, in terms of like looking at matchups, I think that the Tarek Garen might want to potentially avoid the set Nasus, because I think there's like some oddities like Demacia running into Ionia could maybe face. But I don't know. It's definitely going to be close. I don't think any players like particularly thinking about like, oh, I need this matchup if I want to win the set. Like, I think in draft you can like kind of like just hope that the draw order matters a lot more than anything.
Yeah. We're just waiting for the players to get into game here.
Yeah, so who are you expecting to win this set?
I don't know. It's very hard, but I think whoever wins game 1 will probably win the entire set.
Ooh,
in my
so even
opinion.
if you think like it's either going to be a 2-0 or 2-1 for person who wins game 1?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Let's see if that's right. Anyways, Otterpuss on 1, you're pretty happy to see if you're an Ace fan right now. Like, it's just like a free 1-1 blocker, and you also get like some hand information, which definitely counts for something. Ooh, interesting decision. Just ripping at turn 1 is kind of interesting. I think adding the cost to the Ruinous path, though, is definitely a pretty good option. Because now, like, Ruinous Path, like, is not a great card. Like, a 2-mana just draw usually isn't good. But being able to make it a 4 cost is like, Embrooks has to be very desperate if he needs to play this Ruinous Path.
His hand's not looking the greatest right now. Obviously, I think what we're gonna have to do is just play the Fade, right?
Yeah, we're definitely playing the Fey Blade Twirler for sure, without a doubt. I think, honestly speaking, it'd be very funny, like, Embrooks gets the anime win, where you have like a board full of like 6 wide board versus 6 wide board, and then Fey Blade Twirl swings for like 20 million damage after the Singular Will recalls everything.
I didn't even think about that.
You see, that's the type of anime victory you need to like get if you want to win these draft tournaments.
Play the squeaker. Play the squeaker. Yes. Oh, we didn't hit.
Yeah, I think playing for tempo here is definitely like a usually good call.
You have to play.
Squeaker reduces the cost by 1, right?
No,
Memory hasn't been that shot.
Squeaker doesn't get cost reduction.
Okay. Never mind. My Uh-oh. it might be time to put Uncle back in retirement home. No, but all the fine. I think I like getting the Sand Soldier here for the open attack for the 2 turns from now.
Yeah, Dune Hopper Mech it was the only real choice there. You can't really go salty spinner just because we don't have discard at all.
Yeah. And oh, look at that. 4 mana draw a singular card. You hate to see it if you're an Embrooks fan. Okay. Embrooks trying to swing in for chip damage right now. Like, honestly, it is the best play, but you're not happy if your best play is to just get 2 damage and then play a hidden bush.
I forgot what this card does.
So when it awakens from the bush, you got an extra copy of the 4/2.
Right.
Yeah, honestly speaking, like not a terrible bush thing to have over there.
Yeah.
Oh, but Mammoth Rager can be a very crazy threat. I am a little surprised that Ace decided to develop the Avros and Hearthguard in the previous turn. I feel like having the Dune Hopper mech would have been a little bit better because it's like a lot more threatening. But now, like, the top deck from Mammoth Shaman, like, if we had a Sand Soldier just peek through with some damage, like, this would have been,
oh, are
Ace.
we willing here? Please, this is a good singular will here.
Honestly, it would be kind of crazy.
This is so
I wouldn't feel like
backbreaking.
the best if I was an Embrooks going for it. The reason I would say that is because, if Ace couldn't develop again, I would say this would be a crazy, like, you just got to go for the singular will and hope like you get like some crazy lethal push. But more realistically, I think Embrooks might just like get the bush activated and then try and develop another shadow in the bush.
I feel like just Ace just loses so much tempo from this.
Yeah, I think another reason why the singular will isn't like the greatest thing to have here either is because, one, you're not really like burning a unit through like overdraw. Oh my god, that is singular will.
Oh my god, please, yes.
But there's also so many like good play and summon effects on Ace's side. So like Ace can like refish for another good Mecha Yordle. But hey, we are gonna see the nice thing over here. Also, Embrooks is the one that also loses the unit too.
13-3.
Yeah. I mean, 13-3 is cute, but unfortunately, it is not going to be blocking the 3-2, I imagine. I think if you're Embrooks, you're probably trying to fish with your Ionian Hookmaster to try and get a, what's-his-face, an Overwhelm weapon. So if you fish for the Overwhelm weapon, you are pretty happy. And ooh, this...
That's rough. 6 mana concussive palm.
These pranks have been hitting their mark that they need to hit. Let's see, and then Embrooks also going to lose another card as well. Wait, never mind. Wait, why did the other unit get obliterated? Ah, whatever.
Because it was a bush.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Come
Okay.
on, Grandpa, let's get you back to the retirement home.
Honestly, I think that's kind of a nice play. So I think you're able to, like, potentially hold up mana. The only downside is, though, like, Ace just has, like, a pretty simple, like, low committal play with the Avros and Hearthguard. So he's not really losing too much here.
I like this a lot.
Yeah. This is a pretty good, like, way to get around this. I'm a little surprised Ace opted to go for the Mecha Yordle here instead of just having the, Three Sisters hit the Frostbite.
I'm a little
I think
surprised
he
as
probably
well.
just didn't want to, like, pop the set barrier or whatever. It's like, oh, I'm only getting barrier. It's not really like I'm, like, getting the kill. Oh, but it also has the Troll Chant. Somehow I was blind to that. Never mind, this is a very serviceable play. Also, you have the Mecha Yordle that's able to contest the set now too, which is pretty good.
Were you just ripping this Rumble?
Yeah, Rumble here.
You Rumble for 2, right? You just...
Yeah, so the order of Rumble keywords is you get impact first, quick attack second. I think usually you don't really need to like go for the spell shield third in like a draft format, but I will say Embrooks does have a lot of Embrooks does have quite a fair amount of combat tricks, so I wonder if Ace might try and go for the third push though. You do lose a lot of cards though.
Ace is deciding to go for developing Bouncer and Bolt and Dune Hopper, I think, right now. I think that's the line he's taking.
Yeah, I think the low committal play of just playing a 3-2 challenger is already just like a good play on its own. Like if the open attack went out here, like you force out either the stun or you force out the quicksand. Embrooks is in a bit of an awkward position, but I do think that this is definitely a nice play to get around for sure. I don't think Aces has knowledge of what this bush is exactly. Because this isn't like the previous bush, I think, if I recall correctly. Because I think the other bush got obliterated, yeah.
So Ace has decided not to develop the Dune Hopper mech, and I'll just play around the concussive palm that we have vision of right now.
Yeah, I think this is probably for the best. Because I think if I were Ace right now, I think just getting the Mammoth Shaman quote-unquote leveled up is like a pretty good thing if you can get it. Because you have the Bolt mech that's challenging the set, and then that's probably going to get stunned, so the impact damage doesn't go through. But then you also have like a 5-4, you have a 3... Oh, goes for the 3 discards. I like it, but I'm not sure if we should have kept both spells as a result. I think maybe being fine with losing the Ithasters might have been a play. Because I think the Dune Hopper mech, like, if we're Ace and we don't either A, threaten a lethal, like, B, clear down the board here, I think we're in a bit of trouble with, like, how little card advantage we have. Can we get knowledge of how big this Nasus is? We got that Aegis stat thing to be like, ooh, little Nasus in the corner. Nasus is massive, 20 trillion, 20 trillion.
Cannot tell you.
That's fair.
Until I see the Nasus. Actually, I can.
Okay, ooh, 4-4. Okay. But now we're about to have a what's-his-face Nasus. A 7-7 Nasus? Actually, no, wait, Set's dying here. Actually, no, wait, we have Exhaust. Oh, no, wait, that's still going to be death. Okay, so we got an 8-8 Nasus. Maybe we lose our set.
I do appreciate this board clear.
Yeah.
Like this is so favorable for Embrooks, honestly.
Yeah. Like Embrooks is low on life, which is a little bit scary if you're an Embrooks fan, but I do think Embrooks is like primed to potentially turn the corner. Because sometimes, like, when you're dealing with a Rumble, you might be like, oh, if I can, like, pop his spell shield once and then, like, eventually kill him. But then, like, if the Rumble levels up, he gets the spell shield back. But this is just, like, one spell you have to deal with. And honestly, this is, like, not the worst thing. Like, with 9 mana, you can definitely not be afraid of this Rumble. And also play the Nasus too. I don't know how I feel about the Nasus development. I almost kind of wish that we just went for the swing to force out a combat trick on Ace's side. But who knows? I think as long as Embrooks doesn't like get too antsy and overcommit a little bit too much, I do think he should be able to not let this Rumble generate too much value. Like Ace's hand size, while definitely looking very small, this is definitely the two best champions of like generating like incidental value. Like Gnar will find the Pokey Stick. Rumble's going to have the random Mecha Yordle generated.
Are we exhausting here?
I think this is an exhaust attempt, yeah. I will say though, this is definitely like Ace does have the answers. And it looks like Ace may be rewarded for opting to keep both combat tricks instead of just the instead of like just for one. Now the question is, do you prioritize killing this 13-1 more? Or do you want to protect the Rumble.
Rumbles are win con.
Yeah. Yeah, I think going for the Fury of the North, because he also killed Nasus too. I think that might just be the play.
And I think Ace is just gonna take this hit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not happy to see this if you are an Embers fan, but we do, and also Ace does know this. Oh, I wonder if you were allowed to play skip here to try and snipe the stun.
I think you were.
Yeah, I think to be fair though, I understand Ace not trying to go for that skip high roll, because is Embers gonna be willingly going down to 1 here?
I was about to say, you're going into dangerous territory, brother.
That'd be the most baller move from Embers if you decide to go to 1. I mean, there's not really, outside of like Gnar getting more pokey sticks, and outside of what's his face, Rumble impact damage, there's not really much non-combat damage that this deck can deal. You have to do like some wings giving into like Siege Engine or something like that. And also we just shout outs to Aegis broadcast production. We see Y Rebellion win against Never Walk Alone 2-0. Never Walk Alone's still a strong player though. Like even though they fell in top 8 here today, the fact that they still keep getting to the top 8 consistently, very strong.
He's taking the Mr. Root.
Yeah.
Drawing is cheating.
Yeah. We have what's his face over here? Give me a second. Sorry, I had to just get something real quick. Yeah, I'm losing Mr. Root. Actually, no, we lost the bush thing though. No, or did we lose? What did the skip get to see and take?
He Ionian Hookmaster and Mr. Root.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We do at least have the Empyrean to block the skip from being too annoying, but this Gnar living for this long, definitely not the greatest of feelings. Let's see, we have 11 mana, so we could play an Ionian Hookmaster, unequip a weapon, and then play Empyrean, but we don't have enough mana to re-equip that same weapon too. I forgot what the Bakai Witherclaw has for grants an enemy vulnerable. We don't have that many stats though, is the thing. Yeah, we can put barrier on this if we want. We have double stun too. This is looking like an Ace favored game 1 here, I would say. Yeah, Ace just believing in his 2 champions, I think, might have sealed this first game. I was a bit critical at first of the Rumble discarding all those remaining units, but Ace was able to pull out the victory here, by the looks of it, unless Embers is able to get something fantastic here.
We heal? Wait, we're healing? We're healing?
Ooh. Yeah, we do get a little bit of heal. I'm not sure if this heal is going to matter though, because we do have to take 3 from elusive, then we have another 3 from impact, and it's not even counting overwhelm damage quite yet. Oh my god.
Can we get an action?
Okay, if Embers can survive this turn, if Embers survives, we're gonna see some Lee Sin getting a shout out from wherever he is right now. Okay, tough keyword, definitely one you're happy to see if you're trying to reduce the amount of damage you're going to take from overwhelm stuff. And we drew Will of Ionia. Oh my god.
That's game. That's just game. Ace didn't take the hits.
I can't believe it. Oh my
Ace
god.
would have won.
Embrooks.
Ace could have won if he just straight up opened.
Embrooks with the anime kick that I was talking about. How dare I slander Dragon's Rage when Dragon's Rage is the reason why we didn't instantly lose here?
Oh my gosh.
What an answer.
That is insane. Ace literally had it. Honestly, if he just straight up opened, he won. Ace 100% won that.
I mean, the Will of Ionia might have prevented the lethal, though, potentially, no?
Actually, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, because, like, the most incidental damage or whatever is, like, overwhelm potentially from Gnar, and we do have that. But yeah, anyways, so now I can close this Set Nasus tab. Shoutouts to Big Dog and Set, just stealing the win.
Holy
But we all really
schmoly.
know the king is Lee Sin, obviously.
Holy
Lee Sin collecting
schmoly.
like the Green Goblin mask. But oh, we got Yadulski Snow Dog on too. This is looking pretty good. If Embrooks is going second, you are ecstatic and through the roof.
Wait,
right
we're
now.
full keeping?
That's an interesting full keep. Are you sure he didn't like mulligan into it and he like just got there before the spectators could see the mulligan?
I mean, probably, but I don't know, man. I mean, it
Yeah.
kind of works out, I guess. We have a really nice curve right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think Ace found like one of the few curves that could answer Yadulski
Oh
Snow
my
Dog on
god,
turn 2.
look at that curve.
Like, Jero into a 2-2 makes it a 3-3, and now Yadulski Snow Dog is like the most sad dog in the world, as it should be.
Please tell me you picked the Mighty Poro. Oh, there goes our curve.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, we skip our turn 3, and Duran Sculptor being a 3-3 right now definitely puts a wrench into Embrooks' plans. But I think skipping turn 3 isn't like the worst thing. We have like Ash and like the Ash spell to spend our mana effectively. Okay, but wait a second. We do have double Prowl, so we can have a Bakai Reaper if you want to like be a bit antsy if Ace is going to swing. But I don't think Ace is going to swing here, yeah. That's a bit too much.
All right, here we go. Ash target, go.
Oh, we're double swinging? I like it. It is actually like a really enjoyable play from Embrooks. I think opting to trade the Prowl, like, while it's sad to get 2-for-1 on yourself, and like Duran Sculptor did her job of making Enteric 3-6, I think you're okay with this if you're like Embrooks. It's like a rough thing to lose. I think the only thing that gets more sad is if the starts hit peak finds of the Fangs. Oh, speaking of which, also shouts to Galley for getting the W over Sebastian Raptor. Brazil mentioned over here. Strong region in the LoR historically. Still kicking it strong. But yeah, so now you're not the happiest if you're Embrooks, because now you're going to lose your Ash just to Fangs here. Also, I think if you're Ace, I think if you use the Ashel Protection on Taric, I think the Fangs also lives here too. Opts to not worry too much about it though. Just saying like, I'll let the Fangs die. After Fangs dies, I'm going to develop my 5/5. Yeah, and I think Embrooks probably just gonna like accept going for the double. Oh, he's gonna use the Prowl here though. I think going for a Prowl attempt is gonna be pretty good, because then you get to threaten the what's his face. You get to threaten the Taric. We do obviously know as the caster that there is the Ash Protection to keep the Taric safe. Ooh, opt to just take the 3.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I think not forcing the issue might have been okay, like in Embrook's current vision. But I think forcing Ace to like feel concerned about like, oh, I can't develop this like 5/5 now, might have been a consideration too. But Combat Cook, pretty good draw here. I think getting, especially like with the 1/1 from Udulci Snowdog and then the 1/1 from Avaros and Hearthguard, this is something that you want to be happy with. This is only going to remove 2/2 actually if you go for the Equinox here. But I think aside from filling out your curve here with the Combat Cook, I think another important key detail is the fact that Combat Cook also activates your Colossal Giant in the back. The Rot Colossus is his proper name. I think having an endless stream of 8/8s is definitely something that can be game winning in this format. Like, I think if the game goes on long enough, there's not really much that Ace's Garen Demacia deck can really do. Garen Tarek. There is the Smoke Scaled Host though, which I think I was kind of trashing on it a little bit in the pre-game show talk, but it does have some game at like cheesing out some wins with some big Vokes. Okay, but Ace pushing the issue, saying I want to try and get the Tarek level up here as soon as possible. I want to push as much damage. This is at least going to be a chump block most likely onto the 7/5. Unless you just want to take this damage. There really isn't that much evasive damage coming in from what's his face from Ace's side. Perhaps try and go for the kill if anything. Yeah. This could be Ash and Orn's Forge. Or like Ash and like going for a equipment development. But honestly, I don't think you go for the equipment development, because if you do, then you don't get the endless feedback loop, because Rot Colossus activates on a what's his face.
Why not just do
the Unforged just to be mana efficient? This does lock you into only being able to equip the Rot Forge though. But hey, there's nothing Ace can really do to punish this. Oh, but the Equinox makes it so I was not even considering the free answer in the hand. Now Embrook's doesn't have the infinite loop, but this still is a pretty good spot for Ace here, if anything. You're just swinging with 2 8-power units, and if you're Ace, you might just have to take this 16. But like, you don't really have that much in the backswing of things. Like, if you got like Crescent Strike, and you don't even get one. You get Solari if you want, but you don't really need the Daybreak. It's never really attacking.
Let's give our Tarek some more HP. He's looking pretty low.
He wasn't looking healthy.
Oh, the Racer main too.
Yeah, Embrook's getting a sweep here by the looks of it. Like, not to cast or curse Embrook or anything, but I'm not too sure what you're supposed to do here if you're an Ace fan. Like, I think you're just praying for like a disconnect now at this point. Like, Ash can't even be challenged to get killed with like the confront here. Even if, like, I think this is Tarek's level up by just how the games have been going. But Tarek becoming invincible doesn't really do anything. And I think it only becomes invincible if he's like, what, 6 out of 7? Not to 6, 7 or whatever as the kids say nowadays. But
oh my god.
I think there's like nothing Tarek can even kill aside from a 2/1. Oh, let's go 6, 7. That one's for the youths in the chat right now. Just that any youths actually playing Runeterra, actually. Okay. So I got the invincibility now guaranteed. I missed that Aegis corner pop for like in-game states. We do see it for the rest of the rounds though. So we do have permanent challenger on both Tarek and the Trickster. tricks or challenger on an elusive unit not as exciting, especially when like like Usari mains kind of being mad. Okay, but we got another Rock Colossus. So if the first one wasn't game winning enough, even without its infinity potential, we have a second one too. But yeah, but 2 Raz Blood mains. This is 2 fearsome units. That's gonna make the combined power of Ace's board 0 in a hot second. Yeah, so block this 16 damage mix-up, buddy. Also, just in case Raz Bloodmane didn't make the power 0 quite enough yet. Wait, I think the Raz Bloodmanes helps Ash levels up.
It does.
Oh my goodness. No one looks at Embrooks' deck and thinks about the Raz Bloodmane Ash synergy. We were looking at it in the pregame show, and I wasn't even considering that.
I actually wasn't either. I'll be 100% honest. And we do see M. Brooks 2-0ing Ace going on into the next round here. So we have our next stage filled out now with Y Rebellion going up against Vlad and M. Brooks going up against Galley.
Yeah, Y Rebellion, historically strong player, like made a name for themselves before LoR hibernation. Also still making a name for themselves here. You love to see that. But yeah, shoutouts to M. Brooks and Ace for an exciting match. Even if it was a 2-0, it felt very close for a 2-0. Just so you're like, oh, I lost 2-0, but it was close though. But it really did feel close.
Yeah, the first match was like a nail biter.
Yeah. But hey, like, even if you're sad at Ace's loss here today, you will see Ace at the Grassroots World later, guaranteed.
True. This is true. Yeah. And with that, we're going to send it off to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're back here in 5 minutes for semifinals.
See you then.
Hello everybody, welcome back to semifinals. We've watched an insane quarterfinals match between Mbrooks and Ace. Prism, why don't you give everybody a quick recap for the people that are just now tuning in?
Yeah, sure. So if you just got here, was like, oh wait a second, Aegis is on and I gotta watch the top 8. We just witnessed Mbrooks take a 2-0 win over Ace. Honestly, two favorites of the tournament, just meeting that early on, like having the Slay 1. And we saw Nasus slay with a Dragon Kick. It wasn't Nasus doing the kick, but we did see Dragon Kick get the lethal in what was a crazy 2-0 sweep.
Yeah, absolutely insane. So let's start over to the bracket real quick. See where we're at again. We have White Rebellion taking on Vlad. We have Mbrooks taking on Galley. So our next match that we were watching, we're hopping over to the top side of the bracket now. We're going to watch White Rebellion take on Mr. Vlad. Let's throw it straight on into the decks here. We're going to start off with White Rebellion, Yasuo Malphite.
This deck is like the king of the silver ranks. You like see like people be like, oh, let me type in stun or recall and then put in all those cards, and this is the Targon variant of the type in synergy, pick the synergy card. Honestly speaking, Yasuo Malphite has been getting like a little bit more support over the years. Not the worst archetype to be dominating silver with, and also not that many bad cards. I mean, there's like people are gonna flame you for saying that, but there is a lot of respectable cards in this list. You have stuff like Unworthy Soul Celestial Wonder for stalling. You have Moondreamer to do some anime victory BS like we saw in the previous game. You need a little bit of anime victory power to win a tournament like this. And I think Moondreamer is definitely one of the cards to do that. You have tech cards like Portal Pioneer. You have like good tempo for like Solari Shield Bearer. And even some like odd answers too, like All-Seeing Oracle. I'm a fan of this Yasuo Malphite deck.
Yeah, Grandpa Roji would be proud wherever he is right now.
Oh, shout out to Roji. That's the name I haven't heard in a trillion years.
Moving on to the next deck, we have Nar Victor?
I mean, Vandal City Victor isn't the most out of left field thing. Usually you see it with like a Vi, or not Vi, Seraphine or Ezreal, and like go for like a slower answer type deal. But this is looking to be like a lot more of like a crazy looking pile. You got just like random mid-range stuff go, and then hey, you have one of my favorite greedy spells, Glorious Evolution at the top end to maybe steal a game or two. But outside of this, just like just play a bunch of dumb units. You have like some key dumb units though, like Vandal City Mayor to make your hand a little bit more easier to vomit onto the board. But we'll see what White Rebellion can do with this list. I think out of all of these lists, this is definitely the more peculiar looking one from what you'd expect for a Vandal City Victor.
We have Glorious Evolution to get us there to the top as well, which is interesting. And then I don't remember what this card does because I don't ever think I saw this card ever get played ever.
Which card?
Sky Cruiser.
Oh, Sky Cruisers, it's the 6 cost spell synergy. Like once you play a 6 cost spell, an ability happens. I think it's like what? Like you get more power and it's like naturally elusive? Yeah, that's what it is. 4 mana, 2/4 elusive, and it becomes a 4/4 once you've casted a 6 cost spell this game. And our 6 cost spell of choice is Glorious Evolution.
Let's go. And moving on to the third and final deck of White Rebellion, we have Aphelios Gangplank
with I Have God. I Have God is here. We're generating tentacles. Let's go.
Honestly, just in case you're curious, like, oh, I think this Aphelios Gangplank, it doesn't feel too cohesive enough yet. I think the spawn equipment is what this deck was missing to make it all come together. But I think this is just like a kind of list where like you see it at first and you're like, how does this ever make it to top, not even just top 8, top 4 now. But I do think there's a lot of like singular cards that could just like randomly seal a game. Like Mihira can run away with a game potentially if the opponent doesn't have a clean answer for it. Aphelios in the right circumstances can like stall a game out and like clear enough boards. I think this is just like, hey, like one of these two like champions is going to do something nifty, but I think more often than not the Targon side of the deck is going to be doing some crazy anime stuff to get this victory.
Yeah. And moving on to the other side of the matchup now, we're going to Y Rebellion's decks with Gwen Nidalee.
Yeah, so with Gwen Nidalee, I will say I do think this deck has some of the weirdest oddities to it. I do think that it's nice that in like a format like this, there are a couple of different ambush units in the deck, so you're never too sure if it's going to be Nidalee or if it's going to be Avenging Messiah. But outside of that, like, you're really just praying that you draw your champions. And Sunborn Summoning is a good card to help guarantee that. Outside of that, though, like, this is another one of the decks where you're like, how does this ever get to top 4? But here it is in the flesh.
Moving on to the next deck, we have Gianna Vi with no temple. Interesting.
Yeah, when I heard the Janna PNZ deck in the top 4, like I would have bet a fair amount of money just thinking like, oh, it's a Sunken Temple deck that people were clamoring about, but no Sunken Temple here. This is looking to be like a more slower list to get some like random odd vokes and all that. Like, hey, like here's an invoked unit from Lunari Priestess, here's a Celestial Impact to answer any big threats. I think sometimes in the draft format, you get like one big dumb idiot and you're so happy, and then Sunburst is just like, nope, like we're playing an honest game right now. So we'll see how Vlad can get a victory with this pile. This is probably going to be like going for the most grindy victory imaginable.
Moving on to the third and final deck for Vlad. We have Poppy Morgana. Let's go.
Ooh. Yeah, this is looking like a pretty strong list. I think there's not as many like average like density like power plays that you can expect. I think trying to get like a Grandfather Fae into Hungry Owlcat, or like Gleaming Lantern into like vomiting out all the Faes you can possibly before like Poppy comes down. I think a lot of the strength here does come down to the Poppy being able to just like constantly like build up threats, but you just have so much versatility in like being able to answer different things. Like Morgana can shut off a unit for a long while in this format. Mini Morph, if someone breaks the Morgana jail containment, that'll just be able to make a threat into a little 3/3 mini T. And then you also have like a lot of like answers too for this deck. Like you have Gentleman's Duel, you have Pie Toss, you have Form Up, Group Shot. Like there's just so many different ways to get through here. And I'm a real fan of this. Like I think this is like the type of deck you see like going far in a draft tournament like this.
Yeah. Going to the matchup screen where you see all 6 decks all at once. What are we thinking for Bans Prism?
I think this might be a Yasuo Malphite ban, if anything, or maybe like the other Targon ban of Aphelios Gangplank. And I think on Y Rebellion side, you're probably going to ban this Poppy deck here. It just looks like the most like standard, like this looks like the Ryu of the lineup for Vlad. Like if there's any like Street Fighter players, you just have like everything you could possibly want. You have like a fireball with like your removal, you have like a Shoryuken with like Morgana and Mini Morph to like get someone off you, Like, just everything, like, fundamentally good about Runeterra. Just some good old-fashioned Runeterra, and that deck does it well. So we might see the Poppy Morgana ban.
So what's the final verdict?
We'll see in a second.
No, I mean, what's your final verdict? What's your final guess?
Oh, Poppy Morgana, and then let's say Yasuo Malphite, just to get the idea of Malphite getting a ban in draft format. I should have stuck with the Felios. Yeah, Felios pretty good. I was wrong on the Vlad side. Put me in the retirement home.
Come on, Grandpa, let's go.
Yeah, we got a game to cast.
Not a great looking start on the side of Y Rebellion, holy schmoly. An even better start for
us to the promised land.
Vlad.
I mean, let's look at Y Rebellion's deck real quick. I do think that let's see. We are going to have there's like 3 drops and like 2 drops and 1 drops in this deck. Like Portal Pioneer, you want to be happy to draw on turn 3 if that's like the first 3 drop you're gonna get. But this is very nice curve out from Vlad here, just getting some free hits. Also, whoever does lose this game, I get the benefit to say like, oh, you should have banned the one I told you to ban. But hey, this is honestly like pretty fair stuff for Y Rebellion here. You're allowed to like play the 4-drop on like turn 5 maybe if you want to try and like curve out an early Malphite. You could also like just play Yasuo or play the 4/3 All-Seeing Oracle, like get like a little bit of a key detail of like what slow spell or fast spell you want to counter. Okay, opts to go for the Yasuo here.
I'm okay with this.
Like Y Rebellion able to like just generate some value one way or another.
Is Vlad going to play Bananami? Yeah, we are. We're gonna do some pranking here.
Yeah, if there was no Bananami play, I would have been very surprised. I'm not too sure what the other play is here. I guess you could have used your Bandle City Tellstone to maybe get a kill on Yasuo who's gonna swing, but I think if you're not playing the what's-his-face, goes for the prank here and gets a double 1-cost addition to both of these cards. I feel like that's very rare to get.
I would like to hit the Worshipper, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I would have pranked the All-Seeing Oracle maybe. Because I think if you play the Oracle next turn, you're not the most sad if you're Y Rebellion, because like you kind of like fill out your mana curve and you can still play the Malphite. That might be too far forward into the future though. You could also just like play the Smoke-Scaled Host and then discard the Worshipper. Wait, is that Worshipper in the Smoke-Scale Host artwork? Is that the Otrani Dragon Worshipper? Wait a second.
I don't know.
It might be. It's the same braids and everything.
It doesn't have the headband though.
Oh, there is a headband in the artwork.
Is there?
Yeah. If you look at the Smoke-Scaled Host artwork, you have the Otrani Dragon Worshipper on the front over there.
Interesting. I did not know that.
So you could play the Smoke-Scaled Host, discard the Otrani Dragon Worshipper, and then make the artwork canon to this match, which would be kind of crazy. Can't do it this turn because I got pranked, but very rarely do you have like such divine providence just solely for the artwork like this. Yeah, let's see. I wonder if Y Rebellion's gonna even attempt to go for a value block here, because there's so many things on Vlad's side that could like make this Yasuo block not a terribly great one. You have like stuff like Pie Toss, and in terms of the answers in hand right now, you have the Buster Shot. Like you have the Tellstones as well. Like if you're a Y Rebellion, you could potentially just play the Yasuo onto a block, and then if Vlad tries for something, you could go for the stun. But I think realistically speaking, like, just accepting that this initial damage is like chip damage you're going to be taking. Like, you do have healing in this deck. You are Targon. You have invokes like for like late game scaling. Like, you don't have to worry too much about, like, as long as like you're not like 3 health or something, it's like Bandle City or like 2, whereas like so many pings. I think you're able to like inch out a win potentially. But this still is shaping up to be quite a wide deficit. Like, if you overextend too much, Vlad's able to punish like some slow plays with stuff like Morgana, mini morph to get like a big swing on like value and tempo potentially, depending on like what gets hit. But the Dragon Worshipper makes it so you're a little bit happy to not be dead here. And honestly, Morgana not hitting a big target like this Dragon Worshipper, you're not the saddest to see go away. I'm also a little surprised that Morgana didn't hit the Yasuo there.
Play the Malphite.
Yeah, Malphite can kill the 3-2 right now if you want. Malphite could also bring Morgana down to like 1 health.
We're smashing.
Yeah, we got the classic combo. Or Morgana down to 2 health, what am I saying? Yasuo only deals 2 at this point in the game. Okay, goes for the mini-morph on Yasuo. This Yasuo would have been too dangerous. I'm a little surprised that we didn't let the 3-2 go just to get mini-morph on the Malphite.
I'm a little confused with that too, honestly.
Yeah. Like, now we have to deal with an entire 610. And on top of that, like this is interesting plays from Vlad, to say the least. Because if we just made it so we shackled the Yasuo last turn instead of the Dragon Worshipper, and then we mini morph the 610 here, the Malphite, we'd be in a much better position. But now we have to get around this. I feel like this is why I think the Malphite Yasuo ban might have been the correct play, potentially. We're still not out of the woods yet, and the Yasuo number 2 is in the hand. Granted, that's kind of hindsight bias, because also the second Malphite's in the hand as well. But we're not swinging for lethal on this play. Like, we have Malphite able to kill the Morgana. We have the 3-3 able to chump block the 4-4. Like, we are getting lower on health, but eventually we're going to be able to play the cheaper cards in our hand, and we'll be able to like be as wide as we need to be to match Vlad's board. Like, Vlad can only develop either a Stone Drake, or they can develop 2 Gleaming Lanterns, or Mountain Drake, excuse me.
Need some light to shine some light on this match.
Yeah, I think just like as Y Rebellion's deciding how you want to do the blocks, and I do think that this is the correct blocks.
I agree.
I'm just trying to look at the Poppy Morgana list to see like what we have to potentially close out the game. Like, we do have 4 Demacia, but 4 Demacia doesn't really matter if we don't have like any evasive units. And on top of that, like, this Yasuo can get redeveloped if we really wanted to, and then we can start like stunning and recalling again. We can also go for an invoke here from the Moondreamer, which this might just be the play, to be quite honest.
I think you have to, and just hope you hit why am I blanking? I literally was just talking about this card earlier. Doesn't
Great
matter.
Beyond?
It's not even here. Not even Great Beyond. The other one. Scourge.
Yeah.
Scourge is our way out, honestly.
I mean, I don't think Y Rebellion like needs to find a way out. I think Vlad needs to find a way out if we want to get the victory. Like, I think Y Rebellion's like slowly cruising into this like grand final, or at least just for this game 1 win. Saying grand final is a little bit presumptuous when we're still not out of game 1 yet. But I don't know, like, I think you can feasibly take Rin the Stars if you like want to potentially get like a bigger Yasuo, but I think just taking a Okay, we are going for the red and the stars. Interesting. Just in case this game goes a little bit longer, just getting our third copy of Malphite or third copy of Yasuo is like a pretty safe thing to do. I kind of wish we did go for the Great Beyond though, because we could have been able to plop it down onto the map right now. But hey, now we have an answer to either Buster Shot in hand, or if you want to try and answer the Gentleman's Duel potentially. Unless we get the hover, we won't know exactly what got picked, but I think all three of those options are like pretty fair to get, to be quite honest. Here's the Mountain Drake. Okay, we got Gentleman's Duel. So if you want, you could just play Yasuo and not be afraid of losing Yasuo to getting the Mountain Drake, yeah. Like, this is just like a safe bet. Buster Shot here, so we will lose our unit. And honestly, this is like the turn that you're probably scared if you're Y Rebellion, because this is a 6 wide board swinging against like your 4 wide board. However, this is only 2 damage that's getting through unblocked on Vlad's side. If Vlad does try and use a 4 Demacia to get through, then you can activate Shackles to get a 5th blocker at burst speed. You have stuns to answer an open attack too. Like, there's just not really much that Vlad can do right now. Yeah, you can like block as much as you want, like get like Mountain Drake traded away. Yeah, like we're only going down to 5 where we choose not to use our stuns and recalls. And I think, honestly speaking, you're probably okay to do that too. Because the most burn damage that we can get off the board is like Bandled Tellstones doing Electro Harpoon, and then Pytos doing 1 Perilous Pastry. But even then, like, we're in a pretty favorable spot right now if you're a Y Rebellion fan. Like, this one card alone already just answers.
Just such a crazy game, honestly.
Yeah, I will say I'm a little surprised at the Poppy Morgana deck losing this. I really felt like if there was one deck that could beat the fearsome terror of Yasuo Malphite, I would say it would be this deck. But to see it fall a little bit short just goes to show the strength of the Yasuo Malphite power.
I mean, it's because we didn't find a Poppy.
Not too, yeah. Like, not finding the best card in our deck definitely is a hit to our odds.
Like, if we had a Poppy just going to town right now, I feel like this game would be completely different.
Yeah. We would have had some fair answers to the Poppy, though, too, as well. Like, we had some, like, we had some stuns, we had some recalls. But yeah, it looks like, also we have the Smoke Scale host to, potentially close out this game, as if it wasn't closed out enough already. Yeah, and even if we try and go for Electro Harpoon here, which we're not because we have to like get the random multi-region units, like we have the Yordle Pioneer, the Portal Pioneer, excuse me, let me get her name properly. We have that to add some healing to ourselves as well. So, like, I'm just not too sure what Vlad is able to do here to get the victory.
You have to go Mortal Fire. No, we're going Cosmic Inspo?
I'm a little bit surprised at the Cosmic Inspo, to be honest. I feel like out of all the options we had, like, Immortal Fire is like another big beefy unit. Like, the Supernova just makes it so, like, if anything Vlad develops is, like, instantly gone. There's no answers that Poppy Morgana can do except for, like, there's no Black Shield, so whatever Y Rebellion chooses to remove with Supernova is just gone.
Living Legends!
Living Legends as well.
Take it!
I would say Living Legends is not as good as it could be here,
Let's
though, in this circumstance.
go!
Hey, look at that, we got both Great Beyond and Immortal Fire again. Living Legends could be anything, it could be Immortal Fire.
Get our second chance at Immortal Fire, but we decide to go Serpent.
Yeah, we can also get rid of the Otrati Dragon Worship if we want. Just, I don't want to spend 4 mana on the Shackles. You could also, if you want to, like, just go to the Landmark, keep, like, your other unit there, if you want a burst speed blocker. Yeah, but things are looking a little dubious right now. Okay. Here comes the Great Beyond. And Morgana top deck makes it so you're not too sad about this Great Beyond. However, there's not really much you can do in this game that puts you in any better position. You're still in a precarious, perilous predicament right now. Okay. Uses the Morgana on the Malphite. That's interesting. Surely this Morgana will lifesteal us back up to a healthy total. But I think, to be fair, I don't think your odds at victory increase much more if you shackle the Great Beyond here. So I kind of get it. Malphite levels up on mana spent on landmarks, correct? Yes, it's 10 mana.
Oh, we're never getting that far.
A little late, but at least she decided to show up.
This is true.
She was like, sorry guys, I'm trying to campaign myself to get into 2x KO. I couldn't show up for this game. Who knows, maybe game 2 or game 3. Maybe she can show up in time.
We shall see with the next game loading straight on in. Maybe it will be this time. We're deciding to run it back now. Nope.
Yeah, I like to run back.
Still hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah, this is definitely a full mode for sure. And hey, look at that! See, Poppy's like, sorry guys, I was late. I really just want to get into SKO so badly. But here she is in the flesh. We're hoping to maybe draw a couple more cards if we're Vlad, because we want to have like a 2-drop and a 3-drop, and then bam, Poppy on 4, buffing 4 different things at once. But in the meantime, just the lonely 1-drop. And there's a gotcha for the Poppy too, so this is looking a little bit terrifying for Poppy.
Tragic.
Yeah, like you're not happy to spend 4 mana on a gotcha sometimes, but also, if you're spending 4 mana on a gotcha to kill a 4 mana threat, like just clean, smooth, like you're not the saddest either. Okay. If we don't hit a 3-drop on Vlad's side, we're not the most sad because we do at least have enough mana to like keep Poppy safe. I think the only thing we're more sad about actually is the fact that Poppy's not swinging on a even turn. Like we were really hoping that if we were playing this deck that we'd have Poppy going second.
Yeah.
Hey, trying for chip damage right now. I actually like this. I think whatever chip damage you can get initially, like with some safe pokes like this, pretty fair. It means like the less you need to have get through the Nexus in like a later game scenario.
And White Rebellion opting to block and just take the 1 damage from the impact. Very good trade. Going for the skip, take the Mountain Drake.
Hitting Buster Shot's tremendous. You could also take the Mountain Drake and let Skip get Buster Shotted, but more often than not, I think this might just be getting rid of the removal. I like Wire Rebellion taking his time, though, to thoroughly consider what the option should be, though. Ooh, it takes the Mountain Drake. Okay. So if you want to get a turn 5 play, you need to spend 4 mana.
Yeah, I'm okay with forcing this ultimatum.
Yeah. Ooh. And if you're Vlad, you usually just have to play the Poppy here, but the sorrowful thing is, like, if you play the Poppy, like, it's gonna run face first into this gotcha,
We just got
However,
Shepherd, right?
there is the answer of the combat trick within the Bandle Tellstones. You have the heroic refrain.
This is true. I'm surprised we didn't open up Wandering Shepherd.
Oh, is that an... Oh, that's right, we are on Vibrilion's priority. I think passing here isn't the worst idea.
He didn't pass, he just... He swung for chip with skip.
Oh, with skip. Oh no, I like the open pass. I like the open pass with his attack. Okay. Opts to spend only 3 mana plus an extra discard to get this Mountain Drake back. I think this is actually a pretty like fair play, like passive play from both players. Because I think Wire Rebellion trying to go for like the least committal play, like because the main thing you're afraid of is like Poppy getting developed and not being able to answer her.
Yeah.
So I think going for the initial skip attack is good. But then now that we have Vlad trying to see like, can I burn some of your mana before I have to get this Poppy out? Okay. Opts to keep the gotcha mana open with this Wandering Shepherd play. I like this a lot. Yeah, I think this was masterfully played from both players. Like, Vlad's probably going to just play this Poppy. Because I don't think you're allowed to just, like, not hope for the best here. But then this is where Poppy gets answered, yeah. Really, really good Runeterra. Just the classic Runeterra you love to see. Just, like, masterful sequencing from both players, but only one is allowed to win this interaction. And I will say Wire Rebellion probably won this interaction for today.
I'm just very confused. I feel like it was super safe to just open the Wandering Shepherd on the skip and try to force more, especially since you're risking it just to try to get the either Pain of Pain or Pot of Pain.
Yeah. I mean, like, that is fair to, like, try and, like, see if you get, like, some good, like, keywords or whatever coming on the skip. But if you do miss, like, a durable weapon onto the skip, you do feel a little bit sad that you have to, like, kind of, like, get over it again.
Fair.
Like, with this, you don't really have to, like, waste the mana to, like, having, like, a strong board.
Mm-hmm.
Because our board would be, like, a little bit worse for wares. Like, right now, I think Vlad's kind of in a similar strength position, I would say. Like, he's not looking too strong. Also, shoutouts to Aegis production. We see that Embrooks is making it into the grand finals. So we'll see if Embrooks can guarantee that grassroots world spot. But back to this match over here. Like, I think Vlad is not in a terribly great position right now. Like, I think he's in, like, a similar spot of strength. The only thing that Vlad has going for themselves right now is the fact that Wire Rebellion isn't, like, putting on the biggest amount of pressure right now. Like, there's no, like, some game world-ending threat. It's just, like, right now there's just, like, ambiguous card advantage on Wire Rebellion's side. Yeah, but now we have Wire Rebellion, like, starting to, like, be able to make a board that will rival Vlad's board right now. Like, if you're Vlad, you could use this suppression, like the magical fetterings, to make it so you can, like, either make one very tall Yordle or make your small Yordle a bit more healthier. You can also make a 4/4 effectively with the Petricite Hound, but I'm not sure if you really want to do that. I think either, like, want to make a tall Yordle or you want to, like, save it for next turn and get, like, a really tall dragon, but I don't know if this dragon's really doing anything, to be honest. Especially when we have the keyword shut down if things get too out of hand.
Stone Sector's putting in a lot of work right now.
Yeah, the little stone stacker that could... Oh, the Yordle scout over here.
Oh, man.
Actually, I'm not surprised we didn't play the Yordle scout there. I think we didn't have to really pop this suppression too quick. Unless we're going for an open attack right now. Because you could have put quick attack on the Yordle Scout. But hey, we're developing the Pharaoh's flying guy over here.
He's flying, that's cheating.
Yeah, that's the wrong keyword from a different game. He's like, hey, wait, that other card game that has like 20 trillion Marvel references has, oh, hey, look, it's my favorite card. Okay, now this is it's no longer an ambiguous advantage that Wire Rebellion has. This is just a very clear advantage. Like, this game is going to end very soon. Like, if Wire Rebellion wants to, they can play like the keyword shutdown. They could like use combat tricks to like build a favorable board. Like, this is looking a little bit dubious if you're a Vlad fan right now.
We're silencing the Mountain Drake, making it just a 0/6 do nothing.
0/6 become very depressed, if anything. But yeah, so these pranks could be game saving right now.
Both of
like,
them
if these pranks do not hit Glorious Evolution, you probably lose the game at like a faster rate if you're Vlad. If these pranks do hit the Glorious Evolution, though, you get to live to see another day. But you do, like, you get to recognize that the countdown, like, apocalypse clock is like ticking very quickly. Because like right now, if you're Vlad, you're like, I don't know when the game, like, when I'm gonna lose, but I have like a little bit of time. You see the Glorious Evolution, you're like, oh my god, I have like seconds. Yeah, we're pushing the countdown clock, the minutes to midnight or whatever, like a couple minutes back. It's like you're that scared about the current tempo that Heroic Refrain can currently bring, but I don't think you're that scared. You're allowed to wait.
I feel like this is a no-brainer. Like, why are we not snap picking Glorious Evolution?
I think maybe Vlad wants to like build like dramatic tension with this pick. It's like, ooh, will I go for the obvious pick or will I go for the spicy pick of the Heroic Refrain? Ooh, no, it goes for the pick that needs to happen if you don't want to lose the game over the next couple of turns. Now you have like a couple of turns until the game ends, the next couple of turns from them.
Hit the face sprout.
I will say I think the phase sprout versus the equipment kind of doesn't matter as much. Yeah, opts to take this ship damage here. I think we're potentially allowed to actually maybe go for this what's his face?
Is that him? Is
like,
that my mirror?
Arrow block. Yeah, I like playing this equipment though. We gotta.
That my main.
I think 9 is still like a healthy enough total though to not be too scared.
Is Wire Rebellion gonna play mayor with his official mayoral hat?
Yeah. I think let's see. As long as we have 3 remaining mana going into this next turn as Vlad or as Wire Rebellion, we are in a pretty good position right now. We just have to make sure we don't spend more than 4 mana this turn. And we should be good.
Opti to block with a Grandfather Fae for the first swing.
Yeah. I think we were probably allowed to take the 10, but I understand trying to not do that. Oh, and now if you're Wire Rebellion, you're really happy to play the Bandle City Mayor. We got Mom Donnie, let's go! Imagine Mayor Mom Donnie rocking the Bandle City Mayor fit.
With his official mayoral hat.
I'm surprised that Wire Rebellion tapped down here under the current mana. But honestly speaking, I think also just trying to push the envelope a bit this turn, while the Mountain Drake is still a 0/6 do nothing, is pretty fair play, I would say.
Yeah, I agree with this.
It's not like if we like don't play the Glorious Evolution this next turn, which we aren't. Like, it's not like we could like play it like 2 turns from now and like potentially have like a cheap enough thing. But yeah, right now things are still looking a little bit dubious for Vlad. But hey, Gentleman's Duel, probably the best card you could have asked for. I think if there was like only like one card you could pick from Vlad's deck to make things like not as unattainable, it would either have to be the Gentleman's Duel or Mini Morph. Unfortunately, for the Gentleman's Duel in the hand, there is a heroic refrain to make it so that there's no world where you can really get around to you know, not losing your dragon as well. Because like if the Gentleman's Duel went out here and killed the Yordle, you're able to like get rid of Wirebellion's biggest threat and then still have like a threatening Mountain Drake around. Like, I like what Vlad's trying to do here to like say like, oh, I'm attacking with my dragon, there's like nothing that can be done. But like if Fire Rebellion stuffs it out, there's no Gentleman's Duel that Vlad can do that can make the Mountain Drake survive this altercation. Like, it's gonna be like both of these units still dying, but you just put the Heroic Refrain onto the Yordle, the Portal Pioneer, and also doesn't even get the kill on the what's his face here, because now the Portal Pioneer reduces the health a little bit too much. Just one short, yeah.
Big oof.
And not only, wow, that was also probably the best top deck Wire Rebellion could have asked for. Not like Wire Rebellion really needed the best top deck, but now you have, you got all your spell mana back. So now you can play the Phase Sprout. Once you get a cheap Yordle, yeah, Vlad sees on the writing on the wall. That's Wire Rebellion getting a clean 2-0. Not a swift 2-0, but it is a clean 2-0.
Yeah.
But hey, Poppy unfortunately wasn't able to get the job done. She kind of came one game too late, I would feel.
I want to point out both stream matches so far have been 2-0.
I wonder if this means we're gonna get the magical 3-peat 2-0 in the grand finals. I know who I want to win the grand finals. Ho 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 ho.
Who do you want?
I want Embrox to win this whole thing. Embrox my goat.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I like Wire Rebellion though. I'm not saying this is like, oh, I'm a Wire Rebellion hater. Like, I just like Embrox a lot. He definitely put in a lot of work in the PCS era when PCS was still a thing that was consistently happening.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But with that, we're going to take another quick 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere.
Don't touch the dial.
Don't touch the dial. Yes, we're living in 1972 where we had TVs with dials back in that day.
Yeah.
Get back to the retirement home, Grandpa.
Back in my day, we had a TV remote and we didn't have this dang Twitch.tv.
But with that, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back here shortly with finals. Don't go anywhere.
See you then.
Welcome back, everybody. AGC, Aegis, or I'm sorry, Amateur Global Competition. I'm sorry, I'm so used to Aegis being in everything.
Honestly, it should be AA, the Amateur Aegis
True.
Global.
True.
Grassroots.
But
AGG. See? just double up the letters. What can we have for the second C, maybe?
But welcome back. We are in finals now. We just watched Y Rebellion 2-0 Vlad, and now we are into our final match of the night, where we have Y Rebellion versus M Brooks. Now, if you were paying attention to the open rounds, this was, I believe, one of the either the second to last match or the last match of the open rounds. One of the two. Don't quote me. I know it's one of the two.
Okay. I didn't realize that these two have already met in bracket. If we do know if they already met in bracket, do we know what the score is by chance?
I can do some digging real quick while you magnificently stall for me.
Oh, sure. I could stall. I could start talking about like what we've already seen so far. For those who just tuned in, we got to see Y Rebellion get a clean 2-0 versus Vlad. We got to see some interesting decks do it. The Poppy deck unfortunately got bullied a bit too hard. And now we have some very interesting decks looking for this. The two featured matches we've already seen. We got to see the two titans of the tournament. We're seeing M Brooks versus Y Rebellion, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the result of this one's going to be. But no matter what, if you're an NA fan, we have a guaranteed NA spot at World, so shoutouts to NA.
But Y Rebellion 2-0'd M Brooks in round 3.
Ooh, a 2-0. We'll see if M Brooks can get vengeance, because we're going to see which flavor of NA is going to claim victory over this AGC tournament. Is it gonna be maple syrup NA, or is it gonna be burgers and freedom?
Freedom! But let's go into the decks now. Starting off with Y Rebellion, we'll quickly go through these decks.
So we saw this terror of Yasuo Malphite bully the Poppy. The deck was able to just like be like a mid-range staller with stuff like Yasuo. We got to see some Celestial Wonders, and again we got to see Malphite just put the works onto the Poppy deck.
Give me a one-word summary of this deck.
Solid.
Okay. Moving on to the second deck, we had Gnar Victor.
One word is wild, because there's just so many different things happening with this deck that, like, if you look at each part individually, it's just not strong outside of like Victor, but like there is like this whole threat of like, oh, if the Victor gets enough keywords and the Yordle Ranger starts swinging, and then if you stall too long, Glorious Evolution gets too angry and descends from the heavens.
I mean, deck was good. We didn't even see a Victor last match.
Yeah, Victor was like, I am not needed in this environment.
True. Moving on to the third deck, we have Aphelios Gangplank.
Yeah, so we didn't really get a chance to see this deck in the last match because it did get banned. But if you're looking at like, why is this deck getting banned? Aphelios is just like a kind of generically strong champion. And also there's like some individual threats that can like kind of run away with the game. Like Mahira can definitely get empowered enough just by herself. Maybe the Darkened Lodestone turns into a Harazi and then like runs away with the game, like buffing up like little dinker units into big strong threats. There's just some incidental threats that you just wouldn't imagine from this deck, so we'll see if it does get a chance to play in the grand finals.
Give me my one word summary.
Ooh, one word summary. Fundamentals.
You know what, I appreciate that. I like that word.
Yeah, I didn't want to say Ryu because people would be like, what? But we got to get this chat more culture. We got to get into fighting games a little bit more. But anyways, we got M Brooks' next deck. We got Ash Braum. We did get to see this very briefly. It put the works in kind of a fashion you wouldn't imagine. We had double Raz Blood main, alongside the Ash just like swing for a wild lethal. But yeah, we have like just generically strong mid range. You got Yadulski Snowdog, that Snowdog that I hate. You have Braum able to stall. You have Aros and Hearthguard to like get some like cheating stats like in a way you wouldn't expect. And then, hey, if the game goes on too long, you have your own enrage timer in the form of Rock Colossus in combination with Combat Cook. It is a one of Combat Cook, so the fact that we almost saw that interaction happen is kind of a miracle in of itself. But hey, like there are some heavy hitters in this deck. If we were to go for a one-word summary,
thank you.
I would say Snowdog.
Snowdog? That's 2 words.
No, well, look at Yadulski Snowdog's name. Is it 1 word or 2 words there?
Shit, he's got me.
I'm just that guy right now.
He is that guy. Moving on to M. Brooks' second deck, Jorn.
Yeah, we got a real looking deck that got smuggled into draft. I thought we made it so we couldn't cheat and bring in real decks into this format. But all jokes aside, Jorn, pretty strong deck that people might get terrors and like trauma from. But this isn't as strong of a Jorn as you could imagine. You do have some of the traditional Jorn strong picks like Weapon and Smith Apprentice, Yadulski Snowdog. But then you also have some oddities like Hayara, Alseer, and Captain Andari. But the most important part, you do have Jax, you do have Ornn, and those two can run away with the game if you're not careful.
Yep. I'm waiting.
Oh, 1 word? Jorn.
We're not even trying now.
What do you mean not even trying? Like, sometimes you just gotta, the 1 word has gotta be the 1 word of the deck sometimes. Don't worry, I'll be creative on the next one.
You could have been very creative and just said bonk. That's all you had to say. It's just bonk.
Oh, bonk would have been fair, but no, this next one's gonna go foolish. Just watch.
All right. I'm waiting.
For the preview.
I'm waiting. We have Set Nasus here.
Yeah, so we saw this deck. When we first saw this, we were like, how is this deck in top 8? And then we saw the power of magic and friendship just like completely like find the magical line. You're like, wait a second, am I watching Return or watching like Yu-Gi-Oh like season 1 or something like that? But no, like just like I'm not even gonna speak about the deck. The deck will speak for itself if we get to see it not get banned.
There's some punching.
The 1 word I'm giving this deck, anime.
There's some punching, there's some kicking, there's some bonking, there's some pushing. There's everything here. This deck is violent.
There's some sets trying to get into 2x KO. Like we have everything in this deck. We got Lee Sin with the cameo Dragon's Rage. We got Singular Will synergizing with the Fey Blade Twirler. We got Nasus being like, hey, what's up? I'm a dog.
What up, dog?
What's up, dog?
All right, moving on to the matchup screen where we see all 6 decks all at once. What are we thinking for bans?
Ooh, now this is interesting because I did say earlier in the tournament, I'm not sure if there's like a whole case of like, oh, like I think this deck needs to type this matchup if this deck wants to get past the match. But I do think there's a little bit of that in this over here. Like I do think that even though Jorn like looks like the strongest deck on paper, it does kind of get a little bit walled by the Yasuo Malphite. So I wonder if we do get the Yasuo Malphite potentially banned away because of that potential threat. There's also the case of like, I don't know who banned what in the Y Rebellion winning 2-0 over Mbrooks. So maybe like bans could have changed from there. But if I were to call it, I'm gonna say that Yasuo Malphite gets banned, and then let's go with the Ash Braum actually be a little bit spicy. I think those are my 2 bans locked in. Final answer. Can I get it right like I did in round 1 of top 8?
Okay, you got that one.
Oh, is it Jorn? Oh wow, we saw the power of anime in top 8 and we were like, no thank you, I do not want to get kicked by the dragon.
But instead we're gonna get bonked by Ornn.
Yeah, we'll see if Jorn can get past. And I think because the Yasuo Malphite's gone, I do think Jorn kind of gets a little bit of like a a free way through.
Dude,
I will say between the two decks of Gnar Victor and also Aphelios Gangplank, I will say Aphelios Gangplank probably has the best odds out of these to potentially get past Jorn.
I just want to appreciate this like opener by M. Brooks. Omen Hawk on 1, didn't draw a minion, didn't draw a unit, have Jax as the curve, and we have Orange Forge on 3. Dude, that is a disgusting curve.
I don't know, if this was M. Brooks, my true goal right now, he would have actually had the Jax be a 4-3 right now from the I believe he could have had it.
Man spoke it into existence. Holy schmoly.
Yeah, maybe if you want to get some like lotto numbers, like I need to be paid right now.
Please win the lottery for me.
Yeah, we got the lotto though because we have Orange Forge, the most value you could ask for as a human being. Like, sure, you could have $1 million from the lotto right now, but would you rather that or a free forge?
Dude, this lamp is gonna get forged into oblivion.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a lamp get forged? We're about to.
Possibly in New York City, yeah. Like maybe instantly. Okay, he's climbing the ladder.
All right.
Okay, random weapon from Aphelios. Not the greatest of random weapons, I will say. Opts to not trade the Knuckle for the Omen Hawk, which I think honestly kind of fair. Ooh.
Yikes.
So, right now, I think if you're Wire Rebellion, you might just want to put the Infernum onto Knuckle and then go for Mahira as the threat. Because I think if you're Wire Rebellion, you could go for an open pass and then like, oh, look at that. Like, if you waste my mana, you waste my mana. Because I think like getting Mahira down right now is kind of like the key that you need to win this matchup. You could also go for the respectable play of playing the Spectral Surveyor and then trying to get equipment removal for this upcoming Jax Lantern that's ascending to the heavens. But I think either play might want to have an Infernum come down first, because you need to start cycling into like weapons that do something, like a Gravitum from Infernum.
Man,
Because right now, like the way how Mahira ever gets answered in this deck is either Entrancing Lure or Fish Fight. Just plays the Mahira raw. That is way too ambitious, I feel. Like, Embrooks has the answer in hand.
yeah, we just
which,
fishing
like,
lure right now.
Yeah.
Fishing lure,
Like,
get a free
sure, we would have
card.
lost the Fish Fight already, but I think being ready to, like, lose to, like, another second set of answers is kind of wild. I mean, if it paid off, it would have paid off, though, because then we never did on this attack. But yeah, now we just lose Mahira for free. We spent 5 mana just to take, like, an extra 5 damage if we go for the Forge, 4 if we don't. And all we got was 2 mana wasted on Brooks' side. Because also Entrancing Lure, like, replaces itself. Rough go at things.
Okay, our stripped peak will, our star strip peak will
Yeah.
fail us
We're
out
also
here.
very behind on the Aphelios weapon cycle. While I did like sing Aphelios' praises in the draft format, one weakness of Aphelios within this format is the fact that like you're not gonna get like some of his key cards like the Lunari Dustbringer. Not having like the Nightshade to reduce his cost. Moonlit Flowers upon my blade. Like it's just it's not a terribly, sometimes you just have to play him like a raw 3/3 on 3 and then like pray to the weapon gods that you get the weapon that you need. But this is looking a little bit precarious right now. Opts to go for equipment removal over landmark removal, which I think honestly kind of the play. The only sorrowful thing if you're a Wire Rebellion fan is that there is a second Jax in hand. So if Embrooks ever does lose this Jax, he's not the saddest of all things. It's just that all the forges that have been invested into this Jax will have eventually perished for naught. We do get our choice of the next move weapon though, so we get to either get Calibrum or Crescendum. I kind of like the idea of the Calibrum here if we're going to be swinging with our Spectral Surveyor. Opts to do that, yes. Because if the 6-4 blocks or the 5-5 blocks, we do have the extra 2 mana to spend here to kill off whatever does block it. And I think, honestly speaking, it probably should be a block here. Yeah. We're gonna find out how effective Aphelios can be in stalling out this game. Is this the king, the draft king god of, or is this Aphelios the king of draft rather? Trying to say like 20 million words and getting all of them correct.
Okay, you at least get one of them.
Yeah. Embrooks now aiming to kill one of the, or Embrooks is trying to use the forge now instead of on the weapon, start investing it onto the units, which personally I enjoy this idea. Like, we know the equipment's going to die in a second anyways. Why don't we start putting those sets elsewhere? Now the next thing to consider is though, we don't have that much in way of like threatening the board right now. We could open swing with Jax and also our Iceveil Cultist. However, the slight downside of that is like we're only pushing 10, and we're actually hoping to only push 7 if Aphelios is going to block the Jax. Yeah, I kind of did wish that we went for the open swing though. I think open swing might have been like maybe forcing Wire Billions to be a little bit scared for his health total. Because right now there's like not much in the way of really threatening a lethal here. Or like rather like Ornn level up, because Ornn level up is like kind of like the main thing that like gets us there. Although we could have, if we put the forge onto the Iceveil Cultists and brought it to 8 and open swung, that could be an Ornn level up, which would have been a very nice thing to have if you ever top deck Ornn. It kind of forces the game onto a top deck Ornn scenario. And I kind of like Shepherd's Authority here.
I do.
Yeah, I just want to get as big as damage as we possibly can.
It respects his authority.
Yeah, the only downside to this though is that you're kind of not doing as much as you would like. Piltover Castaway coming out here. Ooh, upcycled Rake with Gangplank if he's ever leveled up would be pretty nifty. The only downside is though, I'm pretty sure Gangplank is at 0 out of 5 right now.
Yeah, Gangplank would never be leveling up at all.
Yeah, I still think this is upcycled Rake though, because you do have the chance to find some big heavy hitters on big Vokes. Like you have Targon Pellstones for a general invoke, but you do have the Smoke Scaled Host, which could get you guaranteed big Vokes. So if you get like a Great Beyond, and Great Beyond gets like the Scout Weapon, like that's 18 damage minimum. That's very difficult for this deck to answer. Okay, obstacle for the Scout Weapon, yeah. And also has the Gravitum in the back because that was the second card played. Yeah. So it looks like this will be Embrooks getting the Jorn level up, or the Ornn side of the Jorn level up. Outside of that though, I'm not too sure if this is a great spot for Embrooks. This is kind of like the reason why we saw the Aphelios Gangplank get banned last time. It's kind of like a damn if you do, damn if you don't, if you ban either Aphelios or Malphite, because I think both decks are able to like really stop a lot of the pressure that you'd want to be putting on as a mid-range deck. And this is decidedly what Embrooks decks are. Okay. Good news for Embrooks though, there isn't that much in the way of a big Voke quite yet. I will say I think like the main threats from Wire Rebellion's decks are the 3 of Mahira, 2 of Smokescale Hosts, and then the 2 of Targon Tellstones. We already did see 1 Mahira go away. That's kind of like the big top end. There's also the Darkened Lodestone, which has Harazi sealed inside of it. So Wire Rebellion does have like, you know, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8 like big threats laying off in the deck. I don't know what Wire Rebellion's deck size is right now. I want to guess maybe like 25, maybe about roughly. Maybe in the 20s.
Pretty close. 28.
28? Okay. Yeah, 28 would have been my second guess. But like I felt like, well, if I say 28, it's gonna be like way too soon for that. Or way too late for that. But I should just bump my gut. But anyways, I think if you're Embrooks, you do want to try and develop this Hayara Allseer. The only downside is though, you kind of have to get rid of like an Omen Hawk and like passing priority to do that. And there's not really much that this Hayara Allseer is doing much after that. Like you can put a little bit of Overwhelm onto the Iceveil Cultist, but the Iceveil Cultist isn't swinging next turn anyways. You could put the Overwhelm onto the Hayara Allseer, but you can also do the same thing just by putting the Shepherd's Authority. What if the answer is put the Shepherd's Authority onto the Iceveil or onto Hayara Allseer, forge it, and then also put the Bear Stance onto Hayara Allseer? Oh, this is gonna be regen? I think honestly regen's kind of fair. Because if you put regen onto the Iceveil Cultist, this is kind of like the main way how you're going to be getting through this, I would say. Like if your Iceveil Cultist dies, you lose a lot of your evasive threat.
Aphelios leveling now.
Yeah.
Don't think it's gonna be enough.
Also interesting to think that this is Aphelios off of just playing as a 3/3 on turn 3. I was a CEO of playing Aphelios 3-on-3. Or without Nightfall on 3 rather. It's been so long since I had that CEO position, I forgot the exact title.
But, you had a title.
Yeah, you gotta be CEO of playing Aphelios without Nightfall, because it's such a grand, momentous occasion. But yeah, honestly, Aphelios is showing why he deserves a ban as well. He's like, oh wow, it was actually right to ban me the first time, but how dare you ban Malphite over me? I'll run away with this game. Okay, now we dealt the first damage we need to do, and also this is where things get a little bit cumbersome for Embrooks, because if we keep investing the time and dedication onto this Iceveil Cultist, this Iceveil Cultist is in permanent jail right now. There is unfortunately no bail. The bail is killing Aphelios, but I don't know if Embrooks has it in him to do that. I mean, there's 2 top decks that could be wondrous for Embrooks right now. If you put the you also might have to actually just get rid of this Hayara Allseer to reduce damage. This is Aphelios is going to be swinging for a lot in like the next turn. You could also let the Jax die and then replay another Jax on the next turn, but the problem is like there's nothing you can do that can threaten Wire Rebellion enough. Like you need Fish Fight to land on this Aphelios on the top right now, and then after that, then you also like you're still not threatening lethal on the backswing there. Like Ornn would be a very wonderful card to draw that runs into Crescent Strike. Fish Fight is a wonderful draw to answer the Aphelios, but you're still playing on the back foot. Yeah, and this is just wrapped up, packed up, box and shipped. There is nothing to be done right now. Gravitum's gonna go back onto the Iceveil Archer. Yeah, this is looking like we're heading fast to a game 2.
It's so crazy because Embryx was on the gas pedal, like going early on. Like he had such a commanding lead.
No, you are right. Like Embryx definitely had like such strong tempo, had such a commanding lead. The problem is Aphelios is just like a fantastic speed bump. Like even when he's not in his most optimal deck or conditions possible, or we're just putting the other person in jail now too instead of this. This does mean that Iceveil Archer does get out of jail. But once again, we're just like kind of in like a rough scenario because now Aphelios just gets to open swing. We do get to swing with Jax and like forge it, and like maybe Aphelios is like, ooh, I'm gonna get a value block, but also the Solari Shield Bearer also gets a value block too.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're not even able to like effectively bait that out either. Yeah, this is just game over. We get to replay the Jax in our hand, which is nice, but you know, hold up Jax not really doing too much on the defensive side of things. I'm not even gonna see the 4-3 Jax. That was a 4-3 Jax in hand. Now he's going back in the deck. He's like, nope, no longer 4-3. Gangplank coming out here. And honestly speaking, this is a very like subtle but wonderful play from My Rebellion, because playing the Gangplank here means that we don't develop the barrel. And one way how we could potentially lose this game is if the barrel like gets challenged because of the vulnerable, and then like My Rebellion takes like 1 million damage from the what's his face from the overwhelm. But yeah, it looks like My Rebellion put all Embryx's units in jail, no bail, no chance for recidivism. Unfortunately,
do not collect $200.
And that's Fire Rebellion just taking the game right now. Yeah, GG's. Wonderfully played from My Rebellion. I don't think there's much Embryx could have done, but yeah, Embryx I would say like played a very standard Jordan game as you'd expect. It's just unfortunately drew a couple of too many dead cards with the Frozen and Fear, and then just never found the Ornn. Like Ornn maybe could have done something there, but alas.
Insane. In the membrane. What an opening hand by White Rebellion, man. It's actually kind of disgusting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it looks like My Rebellion wants to end the tournament soon. He's like, you know what?
Oh,
like I played well. I 2-0'd before. I'm gonna 2-0 again. Let's get this show on the road. I want there to be some maple syrup representation at Worlds this year.
I didn't know White Rebellion was playing Jin. He's counting the 4.
Yeah. This is the classic see blue card Runeterra, play blue card Runeterra. But and also White Rebellion has like a lot of attune units going on right now.
Well, we obviously have to take Frozen Fear.
Like Ionian Hookmaster might just be the rank.
Really?
Frozen Fear did nothing that last game, and I think the way how White Rebellion like wins this game is well, granted, like a Victor becoming a tremendous size is definitely a key thing. I do think that what's his face? I will say that I think a slow Frostbite isn't going to be enough to really put a dent in that plan. Like right now, like Jax can swing, but if you spend 2 mana on the Ionian Hookmaster, all you're really doing is you're just going to be like adding like pitiful stats to the board. Yeah, here comes Bandle City. Oh no, Aloof Traveler. So we have some illegal contraband in this deck right now. Yeah, if Aloof Traveler hits Ornn, you're very depressed if you're an Embrooks fan, and that's what I am right now for sure.
We are aloofing.
There's not even a chance of like, oh, maybe if we play Aloof. Oh, okay, we're not choosing Aloof. Like, oh, maybe Aloof could have hit like a colossal like rock forge Colossus, but yeah, it would have hit Ornn. But hey, you know what? I do think it was either the Protoporo or the Aloof Travelers, because getting like a free 1/1 this turn, not the worst thing in this deck. Scout, pretty good weapon though.
0/1
Honestly, probably
Scout.
the thing that makes Embrooks like potentially win this game is like a threat onto turn like 7.
I actually never knew that the negative does carry over even on the weapon. That's crazy.
Yeah, negative carries overs in this game. This is an interesting open swing from my Rebellion, I would say. I'm also a little intrigued that Embrooks is willing to block that so quickly. I don't think it's a wrong play, mind you, but I think being threatened by the potential, like, I guess the only way you're getting Pokestick is through Gnar. I thought this was the Bandle City deck that had like group shot and like all that stuff, like pie toss, but no, this is just this is Yreb's Bandle City deck in the grand finals.
Hey, look, a one
Hey, we
damage
get
ping.
Gnar leveled up, which counts for something.
1 damage ping. Look at that. Crazy.
Yeah, we did get the 1 damage ping. Never mind, I was completely correct in my analysis. I got the right answer for the wrong reason.
Oh, he said the magic word. Wandering Shepherd said bonk.
Oh. Good catch.
We're about to do some bonking.
Man, I miss these Runeterra voice lines. Okay.
I do
Yreb
too.
opts to take the 4 here. I think taking the 4 here is pretty... Oh! Yreb said, oh, you have a scout weapon? That's so cute. I also want a scout weapon for myself.
Hey, that's cool. Can I get that too? You sure can.
Yeah. You know what, though? I will say, like, this 4 mana slow Frostbite, probably pretty happy it doesn't cost 6 mana right now, actually. You know what the sad thing about this Gnar existing?
What?
If Embrooks plays Ornn on 7, 1, Ornn's not even leveled up, but also 2, Ornn's gonna get stunned by this Wallop. Also 3, Glorious Evolution in hand. Granted, the follow-up after Glorious Evolution isn't the strongest, but it's still really strong though. Like, you have like a Fey to create, you have Portal Pioneer that can kill equipment. So even if Embrooks thinks that, oh, I have a scout weapon, not for long. Like, this will be lost.
Yeah, Blaststone Seedling. That's cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, this is kind of not the largest pick of Fey that you could hope for if you're a Yreb fan. But also, wait, the I forgot that, like, the paper craft. It has like augment and quick attack, right? That'll be good eventually with Glorious Evolution. But it looks like Yreb's trying to force the envelope here, push it forward with a lethal push. Granted, on board right now, we already see that there just isn't a lethal. So as long as Embrooks wants to continue playing this game, we will see some blocks here. I think the blocks, for sure, yeah. I kind of like how things are shaping up with these blocks.
We just stunned the 6/6.
I don't think think the stun on the 6/6 really does much. I think letting the mayor go away is perfectly fine. If anything, if we save the stun, because think about it from this side, if you're Y-Reb, what do you lose to right now? Scout Orn just kills you off the dome. But also, I guess you do have no, Orn can still get the scout from the hand though. Stunning Orn just makes it so you're not afraid of the scout weapon. But also, Portal Pioneer makes it so that, even if Orn does get the scout weapon, which he will, there's not too much that can be done on Embrooks' side, unfortunately. Yeah. If I was paying attention, there shouldn't be a world where we see the scout or the equipment rule come down right now. We're allowed to wait until the scout weapon happens.
Yeah.
I don't think we're that threatened by a quick attack on a 6/4 right now. We're at 13 life. If Overwhelm got placed onto Hyara Alseer, I would say that this is a problem. But until more happens, I think we're chill. Yeah, I think you're just playing second. You're playing first Orn here and hoping that Y Rebellion doesn't have second Gnar. Because you could put Overwhelm on Orn and then be like, ooh, look at this, how spooky.
Spooky.
I guess you could also put Overwhelm on Hyara Alseer once Orn either gets stunned or equipment gets removed. This is also kind of why I wish we saved the Jax Lantern, though. If we were going to, what's his face? Oh, opts to go for the Jax equipment on the Orn instead. I don't think it really matters, to be honest, but I think it's an interesting choice. So I think if you're Orn, you're allowed to skip the equipment on the board. I don't know if you're allowed to pick your equipment if you're Orn, though. In hand, because I think it randomly picks one if I recall correctly. It's been such a long time since I touched Orn. I'm not even a Jordan player. Everyone knows, but you know.
Just such a rough position. And Brooks is desperately trying to find his way out.
Yeah, I think I will say things look really tough right now for Embrooks. Ooh, but I was gonna say, I wonder if you're Y-Rev, just opt to take the damage here, because Orn doesn't have evasive damage quite yet. And then just get the Glorious Evolution established right now. Because you could potentially just force the issue right now. Honestly, I really like this play, because now Portal Pioneer can take this hit from Orn. Yeah. Now you're not dead on board. Next turn. You do need to draw a unit though, because right now as it stands, you don't have lethal. I like the Glorious Evolution play, it's very spicy, but I'm not sure if it was the right one for sure. Because now Orn's leveled up, which is kind of a problem. We do have the Scout, which is very nice because it's become a big threat. But also at the same time, we don't... the Scout will die to Hyara Alseer. Or the Orn. Because we can only remove the equipment on one in general. We can remove the equipment on one and then stun the other. Which I guess makes it so we
you have to stun the Orn no matter what.
What do you say?
You have to stun the Ornn no matter what.
No matter what, because look at that. The 4 mana Frostbite coming in clutch. Because now we have the mana to play the Scout weapon after we lose the weapon that gets equipped? Question mark? I don't know, either way. Yeah, not a terrible position to be in right now. I was gonna say, if we're gonna stun, I think doing it at slow speed's interesting. But also, unfortunately for Y Rebellion, if we go for the stun, we have what's his face? Enough units in our hand to like not be dead on the swing here. Because Hiara can get rid of Gnar. The 1/4 can chump block the Scout. Or we just do this now ourselves as well. We could put the Scout weapon on what's his face? On the Wolf. I guess the Wolf also dies too, which is kind of unfortunate. We could put oh my god, we could put the what's his face? Play the Yudulski stuff. Oh, I don't know if we're allowed to actually not develop there. Yes, now we have to block both units. Okay, no, actually this is fine, this is fine. Oh, but it's not fine if you're Y Rebellion, now I think about it. Ornn has to open swing. Oh my god. This might be game over. Y Rebellion needs to top deck another Gnar. I think you might actually have to play Pokestick right now, to be honest.
You have to. Just to be able to flip the Gnar too.
That too. I mean, I don't think the oh, but I don't. Oh wait, no. Okay, this is fine. This is fine actually. It didn't really matter because now you can just re-equip the what's his face. You can just re-equip the equipment here.
There's no equipment to re-equip besides lamp.
No, but the lamp still has the forge that's on it or whatever.
Oh, yeah. True.
Yeah, because now we have the 10/10 overall. We needed to play Pokestick last turn because we could have had an extra turn to draw Gnar 2 or 3, and then after that, aside from Gnar flipping, which would have been nice too. Yeah. By the skin of his teeth, looks like Embrooks is going to be able to bring this back, not deny the double 2-0.
Wow. What a clean comeback.
Yeah. I think lots of interesting decision points from both players at that point of the match. The 2 mana discount on the Frost fight there actually mattered in the end. I was so quick to say that the oh, actually, like getting rid of the stats mattered more than anything, but Embrooks having that extra mana allowed him to play like more units at the end and like get that like bonus equipment out after it got destroyed. Like usually the fundamental play is to just get rid of, like, add mana cost to anything, but actually was the right play in the end. Sometimes deviating from the right play might come back to bite you. But hey, here comes Ruthless Raider.
Here comes no skip. Okay.
Yeah, we still could technically get the skip. I think it might be oh, goes for that. And honestly, that's like the best answer, unfortunately, for Embrooks. Like, that's just such a good stat line.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
You can go for the open swing now as well.
I mean, you could, but it's not good for you.
Yeah, it's not really doing much, definitely. Okay, Forsaken Bakai, I really enjoy this one. I like skip here. I mean, getting the Braum to develop like a Mighty Poro is kind of good, but it's not really doing too much.
I would take the
I'm
Wandering
not
Shepherd.
too sure what this Ash Braum can do for this initial mid game outside of Avarice and Hearthguard. Like, we gotta find Combat Cook actually to add inevitability. Hey, look, there's Braum.
We play the Mare.
Yeah, I like playing second Mayor here for sure. We got 2 Mamdanis on board. New York's already so happy with 1. But anyways, we got 2 Shepherds now as well. We got a lot of duplicates. Now these Ruthless Raiders get to be ruthless on the board. Yeah, Embrooks is just playing patiently, hoping for the best.
And we're Amulet.
I think Sam Warren is good, yeah. Like, there's not much that wants to block this Papercraft Fae already. But now that there's Fearsome, like, you really don't have that many options. Oh, with the Heroic Refrain as well.
I like opening skip here.
Yeah, I think skip's pretty good. I don't think you're too sad, like, with any 2 choice of skips. Like, maybe you're sad at, like, Troll Champ plus Prowl.
Because hitting Hearthguard is disgusting here.
Yeah, I think, honestly speaking, Hearthguard's kind of like the obvious play, where, like, oh yeah, you deny the 5, like, turn 5 play. But, honestly speaking, like, hitting the Raz, I think 2 turns from now, this could be a little bit more daunting for Reb to deal with. I mean, granted, there isn't much in the way of, like, a turn 7 attack token for Embrooks, because Embrooks' attack tokens are on the even turn.
Why did we go for Pot of Pain?
Good question.
Very confused.
Maybe we wanted to have, like, a nail biter of a finals. I think I was gonna say we could have, like, Forsaken Bakai chump block, but no, we cannot have the Forsaken Bakai chump block the 6/5 right now, unfortunately. We have to either have one of our Ruthless Raiders or a Mighty Poro be the blocker.
Gotta be the Raider.
Yeah.
But taking Pot of Pain here would have been a lot
An extra
more. That I mean, it's the same damage either way.
Oh yeah,
but
that's right.
It's more value just because you're getting an extra 2 HP to help keep the skip alive.
That too, yeah.
But now the Troll Chain coming in, Braum can now block, or Braum can't
No,
block.
Braum can't block it. Yeah, I don't know why we did the Troll Chant here, to be honest. I guess we could save 2 extra life. At the same time, though, yeah, I think Embrooks did a little miscalculation on how things can go. Like, maybe he thought, oh, with, like, 3 health plus tough, I can block, but unfortunately we cannot. Granted, we don't waste all of our mana. Oh, and look at that! Vrime Tusk Shaman coming in clutch.
Is now like look at this. Braum gets away with taking the skip now.
Yeah, no, good point. Good analysis. I mean, granted, we could do Heroic Refrain. I'm more a little bit surprised we pre-committed the Prowl here, to be honest. I think we could have, like, just done this open attack without it. And then, like, if the Yordle does the block, we can at least, like, trade it away. But I think Embrooks' position, like, very difficult to get like a win piece together right now. Like, we could have our choice of playing either Avaros and Hearthguard or Rhymetusk Shaman, but I think we're just forced to just straight up play the Rhymetusk Shaman. That's kind of why I wish that we I don't think we're that concerned if we're Ryreb that we need to burn Heroic Refrain here. Like, we can slow play this game for a while. We can redevelop the Pharos Cruiser. Okay. We're giving Braum a little bit more level up credit, but also not the worst thing either. Like Braum going to level 2 isn't the answer that Embrooks needs to like win this game. Like, Rhymetusk Shaman is the way we get out of this scenario. Okay, kind of a dud of a draw for Y Rebellion side. Yeah, if we don't find Glorious Evolution, there's not really much that's happening right now. We're just doing 5 damage at most. Ooh, opts to just go for this full Y trade. I like this. I don't think it's accomplishing as much as we would hope, though, if we're Y-Reb fans. Braum gets to do a little block. We want a little bit more Braum progress. And if we're Embrooks, we're also not too sad about these trades that are happening either, because we were going to develop this Ra's Bloodmane anyways. All of a sudden, everything's looking kind of nice for Embrooks. Like, he doesn't know Yrub's hand quite yet. We get to play Raz Bloodmane here this turn. Then we get to play the Rot Colossus next turn. And that's like 7 evasive damage just from the Fearsome. And then we have like 8 evasive damage in the form of Overwhelm. Granted, like, Yordle Scout kind of answers a lot of that already. But what we thought was Embrooks unraveling because of the Troll Chant misplay, it looks like Embrooks isn't quite out of the game quite yet because of that Rhymetusk Shaman top deck. Yeah, here comes Raz Bloodmane. Next order of business, we have Rot Colossus. Braum, I think Braum might be 9 out of 10 maybe, or 7 out of 10. Oh my god, Rhymetusk Shaman got a little bit sniped. That was scary. If the gacha was still in hand, this would have been depressing if you're Embrooks. Because right now, your Nexus is actually just the...
We got Ashe, we won.
Ashe isn't leveled up though.
Ashe is gonna flip.
But the Raz Bloodmane Ashe synergy. Oh my god.
Ashe is gonna flip.
Yeah, and then Braum can pull the skip. Is that lethal?
That's lethal. That's lethal.
That's lethal.
That's
oh my
lethal.
god, Embrooks with the anime victory.
It's lethal company, brother.
Oh my god. USA. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no card that Y Rebellion can play to avoid this death. If you play the Yordle Scout, it gets bit, or Yordle Ranger, it gets frostbitten by Ashe and can't block.
Y Rebellion, I just want to reiterate, Y Rebellion 2-0'd Embrooks in open rounds in round 3. And now here Embrooks is flipping the entire script, saying, nah, I got this in the bag.
Yeah, sometimes you're just allowed to, like, get to grand final smooth sailing, and then boom, the run back happens.
No, pull the 5-5.
No, the 5-5 gets frostbitten by Ashe.
Oh, this is true. He's cooking. He's cooking.
No, if we pull the 5-5, that's
Yeah,
one
you're
way
right.
we
No, you're cooking. You're
win
cooking.
the game. Actually, no. Skip blocking the Rouse wouldn't be enough, anyways. Nice, really well played from Brooks. I'm very surprised they were able to
insane,
find that line.
insane reverse sweep by Brooks. Honestly, holy schmoly.
Yeah, the power of anime from Set Nasus getting banned may have been denied, but you can't take the anime out of the player. What a wonderful grand finals to close off this AGC on.
Yeah, so while we wait to see if we can get an interview with Brooks, why don't you give us a quick recap of the day?
Yeah, so we had 5 wonderful rounds of draft format after players spent 15 minutes of drafting 3 decks that they could hopefully get to the grand finals. But out of all that efforts of 5 rounds of play and then 3 rounds of top 8, Brooks is our champion for the day. That means Brooks also now is the next person to have a guaranteed spot in Grassroots Worlds at the end of the year. And that also gives us our first North American representative. So shouts out Brooks. Really well played. Definitely a good player before Hibernation, but really came to their own, kept on grinding, got a lot of top cut finishes in different tournament circuits. In my PCS, he definitely got a bunch of like top 3, top 2, top 4s or whatever. Lots of different like podium placements for sure. So shout out to Brooks, just constantly grinding out the game.
Yeah, insane. Wow. If I'm just at a loss for words. That was like an insane turnaround, honestly.
Honestly, there were so many like different games and matches in that entire like tournament that we just saw for the top 8 portion, where like things looked like, oh, there's no way this person can get away with a victory, they're surely out for the count. And then like the one magical card just like seals the deal and prevents the loss. Like we saw the dragon kick from Brooks like save that initial top 8 match. Then we saw the Rhyme Touch Shaman to save the day. Like it was like pure cinematics.
Yeah, and now we have the man, the myth, the legend here, Brooks, the first North American to qualify for Amateur Global Champion. How are we doing, Brooks?
Yeah, it feels great. I had to pull some insane scams to get there.
How did you feel with the deck that you drafted going into this?
I thought the decks were like okay, nothing crazy. I drafted a bunch of decks like yesterday and today to like try it out. I felt like what I ended up with better than a lot of what I drafted in practice, so I felt all right about it.
Nice.
How many times did you draft 3 decks in the 15-minute time slot that you get? How many times did you have to reroll?
Once?
Yeah.
I don't believe you. I would say 62.
So, funny story, I have only drafted once in all 3 Aegis tournaments, and I got second, and first. So
Damn.
one is all
better
you
results
need,
for
I
me. I
guess.
only got second.
Not bad. Not bad.
Amber, I have a question for you. How come you keep on getting like top 8, top 5th Sussex, top 4, top 3, top 2 even, but never top 1 in my tournament series, and you get top 1 here? I have to wait so long to interview you. How come?
That is true, yes. That is like PCS is like one of probably, yeah, definitely like the biggest series that I've like consistently played and never gotten first in. So yeah.
Maybe I'll have to bring back that white whale so you can hunt it down, but congratulations on getting a win here. Well deserved.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been grinding so much post-hibernation. It's been cool to see you get your time in the sun. And I can't wait to see what you do at the Grassroots Worlds at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to
Who were you most afraid of going into like the top cut?
I thought, I guess probably Y Rebellion, since I lost to him in Swiss. I didn't like look at anyone before playing them, so I'm not too clear on what everyone's lineup is, but I thought Ace and Galley's lineups both seemed like reasonable-ish for me. Probably Ace a little bit less so, like he has some scary cards, but yeah. Overall, I think Y Rebellion is a tougher matchup for me.
Yeah, like game 1, it looked like you were struggling a little bit, but like you managed to slip into a very unfavorable game 2 and slip into a win and pull that out, and then just command a huge lead in game 3.
Yeah, the Aphelios deck is insane because like it has very little interaction, like very few spells, so like it doesn't look that good. But then like Aphelios as a champion, like if you can't deal with him, just like completely takes over the game.
Yeah.
But I felt like I had to ban the Yasuo deck.
Fair
That
enough.
deck seems like a very bad matchup for me.
Did you ban the same thing in open?
Yeah, I banned the same thing.
Did he ban the same thing too?
Yes.
Okay, I like
Yeah,
the pure run back.
The NASA set was the most banned one, which surprised me a little bit because like
It's wild.
Lauren looks a little bit scary, but yeah.
Just seeing the the dragon's kick against Ace, that was insane. That top
Yeah, that was nuts. I thought there was no way I could possibly win that game.
That's the power of anime.
True.
Yeah.
Main character energy there. Any other questions, Prism, for Mr. M. Brooks?
No, I think that's pretty much it on my end. Congratulations again. I'm glad to have finally gotten the chance to interview after all these close top cuts, but never the crown. But very happy you got the crown today. I was, when I saw what the top 8 was, I'm like, it has to be M. Brooks. Please, M. Brooks, you have to win.
I see. You're sending me the positive energy I needed.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't caster curse you. It could have easily been the caster curse of a lifetime.
Yeah, true.
Is there any shout outs you want to give M. Brooks?
To my teammates in Envy, one of whom is Y Rebellion, so
Yeah,
Sorry. Can you restart that? My Discord froze and it just did not capture any of that.
yeah. Shout out to the L&D Discord, which is the most active place to discuss PvP, and then shout out to my teammates in Envy, one of whom is Y Rebellion, so glad to see him get second as well.
All right. Prism, any shout outs you want to give before we send it off?
One, shout out to the whole Aegis crew for constantly doing what you do for the LoR grassroots scene. I wanted to cast one of these eventually, and I thought today was like a good day to do it. So really cool to see like we have someone in the LoR scene keeping the grassroots scene alive. I'd like to eventually come back to the grassroots scene really soon to like have PCS, but I don't want to like do like some grand announcement here or whatever. This is still your guys' show, and like I don't want to say anything that's not guaranteed. Shoutouts to everyone who came out to compete today. Very cool of everyone to have competed and done your best and show why Runeterra grassroots is still really cool. Shouts to everyone in chat for tuning in. And then shouts to M. Brooks for being the champion. Really cool to see hard work get paid off. Like sometimes you don't really get to see that too often, but really nice to see it over here.
Yeah. But with that, we are going to send it off now. Finally, I thank you, Prism, again for coming in and casting with me. Every time I cast with you, it's always a fun time.
Yeah,
I enjoy having you around.
You're definitely my favorite co-caster within the Runeterra space.
Thank you. But with that, congratulations to M Brooks, congratulations to Y Rebellion for second place, congratulations to Vlad for third place. I did not announce that on stream. Vlad won against Galley 2-1 in the third place match. But with that, we are going to send it off. Stay safe, stay blessed, and as always, we'll see you next time for the next tournament.
See ya.
See ya.
Your lips are stained with fiction. You always have your reasons, and I spell you rotten. Your hands are sealed in pockets. You fill them with your secrets. To you, I am nothing. I am. Your kiss, sweet like poison. You know you make me reckless. I'll run, but you are friction. Your touch feels like heaven. You make me hate all my sins. You are my religion. My religion. I have a million reasons to leave you, but I have a billion reasons to keep you. I have